that has been in the news recently, and certainly plastic surgeons have been talking a lot about it. It seems to be related to textured implants. So, as I say, there's no cases with smooth implants. So, some plastic surgeons are moving towards using smooth implants. Um, we don't really know what causes it. So, like tomorrow, someone might come out with a smooth implant and ALCL. So, that's a bit of a worry. But at the moment, there are no cases of people who've purely had smooth implants who've got ALCL. There are people who've got ALCL who've had smooth implants, but they've also had textured implants. So, that might be a reason for you to want smooth implants, which is fine. As I say, they have got a higher rate of capsular contracture, and you can't get teardrop with the smooth, but still, you might feel that badness is outweighed by the goodness. And they also about ALCL, is it life threatening? Well, if you ask me that question directly, I have to say yes, it is. People have died of ALCL. Now, having said that, it's a very rare cancer, and not only is it very rare, in the small number of people that have had it, it is very rare to die from it. The risk of dying from it is very, very low. And so the risk of dying due to having breast implants is extremely low. You have a choice, so you have to know the risks and you have to be aware of it. But when they've looked at it, they did a study where they looked at the risk of other things that we do in life. If you said to me, is there a risk of dying if I drive to the clinic, especially if you come on the M6, I have to say to you, well, yeah, driving to the clinic could be life threatening. There's lots of things we do that could be life threatening. When they looked at the risk of having breast implants in, compared to other things, they found that the risk of living in New York for 2 days, I think, or going skiing for one day, um, the risk of doing those things is twice as much as the risk of having breast implants in, of dying. So you're twice as likely to die if you live in New York for 2 days, or if you go skiing for one day, compared to having textured silicone breast implants in. So it's a very, very small risk. And compared to other things that we do all the time, driving so many miles in a car, I can't remember what it was, like driving um, so many miles in a car every day, and it's 5 times the risk of dying compared to having textured silicone implants. So it is there, but it's extremely rare. But still, you've got a choice whether you have, and like I said to this person, you've got a choice whether you have implants or not. You've got a choice. You can choose not to have implants, and therefore you won't take on these risks. To be honest with you, I think ALCL is very rare, and it's not something that would be high on my agenda if I was having implants in terms of risks, although because it's been in the media, people do worry about it. But there are other things: rippling, feeling the edge, capsular contracture, rotation of a teardrop implant, infection. Did I say infection already? There's all sorts of bad things that can happen. Malposition, the implants being high, low, wide. I don't want to make out as if it's going to be a bad thing, but there are much more common things that can happen if you have implants that you need to be worried about, and you need to weigh up those risks against the benefits. And only you know the benefits. That's the point. The patient is the only one who knows the benefits. So we can just sit there and tell you all the bad things that can happen. You know the benefits you can have. And so if your benefits aren't that much, if you think, actually, you know what, I'm feel fine, I'm okay, I don't really, need implants that much, and flipping heck, I'm not taking on all those risks, well, that's fine. Don't do it. That's no one. I think everyone would think that's absolutely fine to do that. That's not a problem. It's about just weighing up knowing the risks before you have the surgery. I mean, the worst thing you do is have the surgery, and then we will say, oh yeah, of course, yeah, you can get rippling and get rotation. Well, if you told me that, I would never have had it done. We don't want that to happen. So we have to tell you all the bad things that can happen, and bad things can happen. But it is a very popular operation. I feel like I'm going off on my own on this now. I'm not really asking questions anymore. I'm just going off on one. It is a popular operation, and the risks are very low. So the risks are very low, but they're out there. So you need to know. And there's a lot of happy patients. Breast implant illness. That's the other thing she was asking about. Breast implant illness. I think the problem is they get onto these websites and things like that, and they find all these people who complain of breast implant illness, and the implants have made them feel unwell. And there are people out there who have got that. Yes, we haven't found a link. Doesn't mean there isn't one. We haven't found a link between breast implants making you feel unwell, and it is a very small number of people. Compared to the millions and millions of people with implants in who are very happy. So the